Hey potheads! Today we have another Soundqubed. Today this is the HDC-PA6SL. This is a very slim, lightweight Neo speaker. Coming in at $150 a pair and 150 watts RMS. Can this cute little thing put out? So in order to limit the low end distortion on this speaker, I had to set a high pass crossover of 130 hertz. Frequency response wise, this thing plays pretty well down to, I'd say, about 140 hertz and will put out output up until 8300 hertz. Overall, the frequency response is okay, I guess. It does have a very large dip here from some resonance inside the speaker at 1100 hertz. And, you know, a slightly slow rolling off top end that would pair very nicely with a tweeter to make a two-way setup. In order to reach 90 decibels, this thing requires 0.1 watts. This is a very sensitive speaker. For the lower end, frequency response at the 90 decibel range stays pretty much the same, and distortion at 90 decibels is very well maintained at under 1%. The speaker requires 12 watts in order to reach 110 decibels, and distortion stays very well maintained at staying right around 5% at the lower frequencies and under 5% going forward through the frequency range. At 100 watts, distortion does rise up above 10% at the lower frequencies with, again, that very large blip showing up here as distortion, but everything else mainly staying around a 5% range, which is pretty good. Output at 100 watts is, I'd say, about 117, 118 decibels, pretty respectable. Giving it 150 watts the RMS rating, the output does climb up a couple decibels, I'd say, to about 119, and distortion at 150 watts does climb up barely above the 10% mark at the lower frequencies, and again, that big blip in the frequency response, but for the most part, everything's staying well under 10%. Keep in mind that when I did run this 150 watt sweep, she did get a little stanky, but that's okay. Maybe it's because it's a brand new speaker, who knows? So the Soundqubed HDC-PA6SL, a slim Neo speaker for $150 a pair. Frequency response is pretty good for a very slim Neo speaker. It's lightweight and it's pretty cool. So it'll play from 140-ish hertz all the way up to about 5K. This will pair very nicely for a nice two-way setup. Overall, man, yeah, I like it. It's pretty cool. I definitely like the slim nature of this speaker, and it sounds okay. Boosh.